Hey James, man, it's Mike Heath here. I wanted to shoot a quick video for you because a lot of people ask me this question. They ask like, why would somebody pay $1,000 a month for you to manage their ads when they could just set it up and do it themselves? And the reason is because it's technical. So it involves Facebook and setting up ads and setting up, all this stuff that they don't know how to do. Number two, it requires having an understanding about the ads themselves, how to put an offer out there, what kind of copy to use, what kind of image to use, what kind of targeting to do, which is also a technical part, what kind of budget to put out there for it. Do they just boost a post or not? Do they even have a business page? Once you start looking into it, it's a lot more complicated than it seems at first, and that's where a lot of businesses get stuck because I've talked to a ton of business owners in the past few years, and the common theme is that they're just not doing these Facebook ads because they either tried it once and didn't get any results, or they don't like Facebook at all because they think Facebook just steals their money and doesn't do anything with it, or they've just never tried it. They've never had the time to do it. I think as service providers, we overestimate the amount of time business owners have to sit down and do this stuff, and I think we often take for granted also how much we know about stuff that they don't know. So, Facebook ads might be something that you already know and are familiar with, but they don't, and they don't want to sacrifice the time and energy to figure it out themselves when they could just have someone do it for them. And when you're doing something that's high value, it doesn't make sense. It just makes no sense for them to do it themselves when every lead that turns into a customer for them is potentially worth, a few $1,000s. All right. So that's kind of what I tell people, that ask me why would somebody want to. Now, the other issue that a lot of people have is that they say, well, Mike, if you sign somebody up and you start running ads for them, couldn't they just cancel the service and copy your ads and run it themselves? And the answer is yeah, they absolutely could. But those are shitty clients. And one of the things that I go through in my course is, I'm not sure if Gary told you, is how to kind of screen for those kind of people at first. And in the end, man, it really doesn't matter. Like if somebody does that to you, uh, okay, sure, they can steal your ads, run their own stuff, and get away with it, whatever. You just find new clients. There's plenty of dentists all over the world, trust me. There's plenty of businesses that need your help, and there's no sense wasting time thinking about, what if, right? So, the kinds of dentistry that I would recommend, so I would pretty much universally recommend higher value stuff. So, not just a dentist office that does cleanings, right? Because that's kind of a lower value thing. And the lifetime value for somebody who goes in for a cleaning might be a little bit lower than somebody who comes in for a consult for higher value stuff like cosmetic dentistry or orthodontics or sedation dentistry. Any kind of specialized or periodontics, any kind of specialized dentistry is going to be really high value and extremely valuable to that dental office in terms of the leads that they get in, turning those into customers. I'm not sure about Australia, but over here we have something called Invisalign. I'm sure you've heard of that. It's basically braces, but uh, like a retainer. It's a clear plastic retainer instead of the ugly metal braces that people can get, and that costs between $3,000 and $8,000 a pop, right? So you get someone in for a consultation, and they sign up as $3,000. The dental practice probably has a 30% margin, something like that. So they make probably about, depending on how much it costs, $2,000 or $3,000, probably between $1,000 and $4,000, I'd say, per client, right? So if you get them more than one person a month, then hey, you're in the clear. In some places they want to go for volume. So some dentists will say, hey, let's scale up, get me as many as you can. And so, they spend $100 a day on ads, and they want, 500 leads a month or whatever. And so it's exceedingly valuable to them to get that money and to get those leads in the door. Not only do they make money on the initial product that they sell, but they make money, especially on orthodontics, where you have to have checkups, periodontics, where you have to go in more frequently, once every 6 months, once every 3 months, sometimes once a month to treat things like advanced gingivitis or periodontal disease, or receding gum lines, or all that kind of technical dental stuff. Then it's going to be a more valuable client to them. So they might make $1,000 to $4,000 up front, and then they might make another $2,000 or $3,000 down the line for the value of that client. So I hope this helps you see how valuable that can be for them. And plus, they're only paying you $1,000 or $1,500 or $2,000 a month to get them all this money. It would be stupid of them not to do it, pretty much. So that's kind of how I look at it. A lot of similar niches work in the same way. Gyms are a good example. You can get, I know you know Gary, so I'm sure Gary has told you about his gym clients and how they can get a ton of leads every month, and it really makes sense because they're on a month to month and they pay every month, and so it just compounds over the course of the client value, the client relationship. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, man. And if there's anything else I can help you kind of talk through, if you want to schedule a call with me or whatever, go ahead and do that. I'll give you a link to my course sales page in the email here, so that you can read more about it and get to know more about me and what I do. But again, man, I hope this video helps. And yeah, just get in touch if you need anything else. I'll talk to you soon, man. All right, bye.